This is your first time in Minneapolis, Minnesota real estate market channel. And you want to know everything about living in Minneapolis, Minnesota? Then subscribe below and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market in Minneapolis, Minnesota. My name is Trent Seaman with EXP Realty. I get calls every day from people just like you. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, feel free to reach out as all my contact information is in the description box below. I'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Today we're going to talk about the pros and cons of living in Maple Grove, Minnesota. Third video in a series that I've done on Maple Grove. So I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you at the end of the video. We're talking about the pros and cons of living in Maple Grove, Minnesota. Pro number one is Health Partners Medical Center. Health Partners is part of United Health, one of the largest health groups in the United States. They're headquartered in Minneapolis, and they have a hospital up in Maple Grove, as long with the clinics for all the doctors, for which you can get all your care taken care of at. And the nice thing about, and the two major centers on the western side of town are in Maple Grove, and they've got one in St. Louis Park, where they have the major clinics at those locations. The one thing that's nice about Maple Grove that St. Louis Park does not have is they have a TRIA in Maple Grove, which is an orthopedics hospital. They have one in Bloomington, and everybody at that place knows my family because as my kids came up playing youth sports, we were there all the time for injuries. So if you get hurt in a sporting event, everybody goes to TRIA. And Maple Grove has one of the hospitals, so it's a great location for if you need health services. You've got them right there, right in your backyard. Uh, Pro number two of living in Maple Grove are the shops at Arbor Lakes. It is a mall-like situation. It's not an indoor mall; it's outdoors. You walk from store to store, and they've got every store and restaurant that you can concept that you can think of is there. Um, if they're thinking about taking a chain nationwide, they test it at Arbor Lakes. So if you're into shopping, you're in the food scene, Arbor Lakes is the right spot for you. It's got everything you could ever imagine as far as shopping goes. And you're also not far from the Ridgedale Mall, the Eden Prairie Mall, the Southdale Mall, Northtown Mall. You're all within 15 minutes of Maple Grove, and you're probably a half hour from Mall of America. So if you're a shopper, you're in prime location in Maple Grove. The third um, pro of living in Maple Grove is that if you got a lake house in Brainard, you've got easy access to Brainard. You just got to jump up 94 and then jump. I'm not sure what the road is to go north of Brainard, but you're probably an hour and a half from Brainard. So it gives you real close proximity. You don't have to fight any traffic, heading out of town through the city. Now, once you get to 94, there's going to be traffic going north past Maple Grove on Friday nights and Sunday nights coming to and back from Brainard. But Brainard is a big time destination place in the summertime. If you live in Minnesota, you most likely have a cabin up north around Brainard. Phenomenal golf courses. All the best architects have golf courses up there. Great lakes, great water activity. Get out on a boat. In the wintertime, you can go ice fishing if you want to. So you have real good access to Brainerd by living in Maple Grove. The fourth positive of living in Maple Grove is it's got a good school district. Maple Grove has got an A minus ranking. Osseo, not so much. It's got a B minus ranking. But then you've also got the lower part of Maple Grove goes to Wayzata High School, which is the neighborhoods that everybody wants to get into because everybody wants to go to Wayzata because it's one of the top school districts in the entire state. The whole entire city has great, great high school athletics. Osseo, Maple Grove, Wayzata, very, very good sports at the high school level and at the youth level. So if you got kids that are involved in sports, great spot to be. And then the fifth or the sixth positive of living in Maple Grove is the real estate. You can get into the real estate in Maple Grove very reasonably. Last year in 2023, the average price of a house was $457,000. In 2024, it's 476,000. So compared to the rest of the western suburbs that I've shown you on my videos, this is the place to go to for great schools, great athletics, great shopping, all at a very reasonable price as far as the Twin Cities goes. So the real estate is a big time positive. The negatives of living in Maple Grove, there aren't many. But you've got a little bit of a hike to the airport, 30 to 40 minutes, depending on where you are in Maple Grove. All right, that's a little bit of a downside. And then if you don't like, the Arbor Lakes, if you don't like living in like a mall, or being around living in a mall, then you may not like living in Maple Grove. But those are really the only two negatives which I don't think are really that big of a deal. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video on the pros and cons of Maple Grove. This is my third series of 3 videos that I've done on Maple Grove. They're all up on the Minneapolis, Minnesota real estate channel. So go take a look at those. If you like, I've also got a whole bunch of other video series on the other towns of the western suburbs. And as always, if there's something I missed in the video series that you say, hey, Trent, you got to cover that, I will readdress it and redo the video. If there was something that I missed, or if there's something you didn't like, please let me know. This has been Trent Seaman from eXp Realty, Seaman's Real Estate Solutions, your anchor on your voyage home.